Thank you very much. As everybody knows, this is an enormous piece of singing.
It is.
But you undertook it with very good preparation and with a voice which certainly can cope with it. What can I say about this? First, after I pay tribute to your seriousness and to the fact that you have sung it effectively and with intelligence. I would say first that if we all took that much liberties, especially in rallentandos, in an opera we would never meet the deadline and the unions would interfere and the opera house would have to pay double pay. Okay? So, there is a certain tempo which is written by the composer and within which we'll try to fit all the vocal effects we want to make, but not at the price of constantly detaining the movement. See? Fine. Fine. I'll start praising you now for what you did at the beginning. You had obviously, you knew your stage. You knew what happened at the beginning. You knew what happened when you start the second episode. Why did you turn this way at the beginning?
At the very beginning?
Yes.
Because I'm sending my wife away because I think she has betrayed me.
Right, right. Do you know what she has just sung before you sing? It's another famous aria.
I don't know.
Moro ma primo in grazia. You have two beautiful arias, one after the other. So she has finished, to send her away, that was very fine. Now why do you turn to the other side?
Well, that's the picture on the wall that I noticed that is the King of Sweden, or...
Right, that's a picture of the one whom you think is the man who has an affair with your wife. So yeah. That was right. So that was better than coming there and singing the whole aria without knowing to whom you address yourself and about whom you are going to make these enormous statements. Eh?
Right.
Okay, so that was right. I would say that this is something to be done. Even when you are not in an opera house, try to have a geography of the stage when you are singing so that you can address yourself to the right side. You see, that was very good. Fine. Now, would you mind starting?
Nell'ombra nel silenzio, no, il tuo rossore all'onta mia nascondi.
Yes, fine. Now, would you please say or make a declamation of those words speaking?
In Italian or English?
No, in Italian. I trust that you understand very well what you say.
Right.
Word by word.
Rather closely, yes.
Fine. Here I'm going to be extremely nasty and say that we must know exactly what we sing at every second of our performance. If you sing only generally speaking, well, that's not right. There is some kind of a betrayal of the composer and the poet. From your attitude, you knew very well, in general, what it was. But you must go much further, and I want a serious operatic singer to know exactly what he says, exactly the way an actor in a play knows what he says at every moment. For us, the difficulty is greater because very seldom does an actor play in a language which is not his own, while we constantly are handling foreign languages. So our duty is more severe and more demanding than the duty of the actor of plays.
Right.
Fine. Now, nevertheless, let's see whether you can say this beginning.
Alzati, la tuo figlio, a te concedo riveder, nell'ombra nel silenzio.
Il tuo rossore.
Il tuo rossore all'onta mia nascondi.
Fine. First, excuse the correction, but you are adding two sounds which are not there. Alzati. Il tuo figlio a te concedo rivedere.
Concedo rivedere.
Yeah, you had something there. What do you say? A te concedo.
A te concedo rivedere.
Right. Nell'ombra e nel silenzio.
Nell'ombra e
nel silenzio.
I think it's no.
Il tuo rossor.
Il tuo rossore e lonta mia.
Not e a e lonta mia.
Pardon?
E lonta mia, not e a lonta mia.
E lonta mia.
Right. Nascondi.
Lonta mia nascondi.
Fine. 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 Now, let us suppose that I see my wife going away, and she has said that she will die. That's the only thing she hopes now. But before dying, she wants to see once more her son. Excuse me, that's her prayer. So, she was at your knees. You tell her, Alzati. Okay, now what should you say? Alzati. Alzati. Let's see whether you find a more cordial voice, even if you are
More intimate.
Yes, but not only that, not so Alzati.
Okay.
Try to find that.
Alzati.
No, first this is a TZ, you see, it is
Alzati.
Alza. And now what's Alzati.
Alzati.
Oh, now I hear something vibrating. Before I heard your voice, which was very intense, but with a kind of a mute on it. Sing do it Alzati.
Alzati. La tuo figlio a te concedo riveder.
Fine, so that's a concession that you make to her, and which is a proof of a rather noble heart.
A te concedo riveder.
And try to, that was very much better, try to suppress from your voice this kind of pinch and push which is in it. Let it flourish. Now, nell'ombra e nel silenzio, that's what we had at the beginning of the first song of the evening. It's something in your voice which was indicate shadow and silence.
Right.
Nell'ombra, nell'ombra e nel silenzio, il tuo rossore allonta mia nascondi.
Fine. Don't you have the impression that that was much more expressive?
Yes.
And you had already two colors. You see? You had the first one, which was very, very compassionate, merciful, and the second one, which was domineering and... Okay?
Okay.
Now, let's do exactly this first phrase, on time.
Alzati.
I don't, it doesn't come to me.
Alzati, la tuo figlio a te concedo riveder. Nell'ombra nel silenzio, il tuo rossore allonta mia nascondi.
You must rework this so that you find different colors, but always on time. We have to express ourselves with as much sincerity and variety as possible within the frame of the written music, not by distorting the music. It's much more interesting. It's like you would be playing a game, and in order to win, you break up of the rules.
Stretching the rules.
First, we have to follow the rules, and then we can play. Okay?
Okay.
Fine. Okay, let's go a little further now.
che colpir de Gio.
Fine, that was fine. Excuse me to make your life so impossible. That was better than it was before. And now, what do you say exactly? It's not upon her fragile chest that my blows must fall. Can you say that with much compassion? You have loved this woman very much, to still love her very much. Let's see. Non è su lei,
Non è su lei nel suo fragi.
I'm sorry for doing two things at a time, but don't you know that you add all the time some vowels? Non è su lei, non è su lei, non è su lei. You sing non è su lei.
Okay.
Non è su lei nel suo fragile petto che colpir de Gio.
That's where you turn.
Altro ben.
Now, there is no rhythm for this. Altro. Ben altro. Can you connect all that? Do you know exactly what the values are?
Yes.
See, you think you can take that much time between phrases?
Yes, I know.
Okay?
This is one song that if you hear a recording of anybody doing it, it's hard to catch up into changing the values a little bit.
Well, wherever there is you are given license to change the values. There are places where there is ritardando, there are fermatas. Well, that's fine. There is sometimes just
That particular place is a good place to rush, and I always do that.
Not to rush.
I don't mean a good place. I mean it's a good place to make that mistake.
Yes. When there is, look, this is another notion that I will correct now that I have the opportunity. Whenever the rhythmical pulse of the piano or the orchestra stops and you are alone, your duty is to take over the pulse, you would say the beat.
Mm-hmm.
You see? It's not a place for becoming disorderly and changing everything. Unless it's written col canto or a piacere, then you have to pick up the rhythm which has been given to you and which has been for a time, but has not been written in the orchestra or in the piano.
Mm-hmm.
But you should not suddenly completely disintegrate that rhythm. Okay? Is that a notion you can understand?
Oh, yes.
Very good. So let's see whether you keep us going. You don't have the piano to keep us going. You have to do it.